It's not by participating in every activities. Trust me, because at the camp, nobody is going to give you an award for being the most hardworking youth corper or the most activity packed corper. So try to concentrate on the one that you can do and make sure you go all in into that particular activity. Don't make friends. Yes, make networks, and I'm going to explain why. So hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, as usual, I am Damsey and you're most welcome to this crystal amazing community where we talk all things lifestyle, beauty, mindset, skincare, and a little bit of DIY every now and then. If you're looking to create a fulfilling daily lifestyle that you're completely proud of and in control of, you might want to consider subscribing to this channel. And of course, if you want to connect with me on a more personal level or get to know more of what I do on a daily basis, you can follow me on my Instagram at XOXO. I am consistent on there and I'm always excited to respond to messages from you guys. So yeah, I want to believe that if you are clicking on this video, you probably already are familiar with the acronym NYSC. And if you're not familiar with that acronym, just to brief you again, it means National Youth Service Corp, and this is basically a program that ushers higher institution graduates from the higher institution into the labor market. And this is a program that takes place here in Nigeria. What many of us may not know about this program is that it's not just a program that kind of like a basic requirement for you to be able to get a job here in Nigeria. No. There is that, of course, and there is also the part where the program is really good for individual growth in terms of it actually puts you out there. It gives you the chance to travel to a particular state in the country that you've most likely never been to. It's like a free sponsorship to another state where you get to explore and build yourself, find yourself, and create a life as an adult and as a graduate in Nigeria. And so because of that, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the things that people do not tell you about the NYSC program, or the things about the NYSC program that nobody tells you. These are basically things that people do not often pay enough attention to, but these are things that will kind of determine your success and your prosperity throughout the program. And of course, everyone that is going into the NYSC program is hoping to get something out of it. And I think for most of us, the most important thing that we want is that at the end of the program, we're able to secure a very good high income job. We're able to start up a business. We're able to find ourselves and create the life that we want as an adult. So this is part of what this program, this platform is able to bless us with. That is for those that take full advantage of it. And I believe that your success throughout the program actually starts from the orientation camp. And because of that, today I am going to be talking specifically about the orientation camp aspect of the NYSC program. I'm going to be sharing with you guys some tips and advice that I wish that I was given when I started this NYSC program. I'm still in the program, I'm still a corper, like I'm still serving, but I'm halfway done and I've already like gotten to a point where I understand certain things, and I wish I knew certain things. If I had known them from the start, it would have actually given me more advantage to be in a better place today. So stay tuned to the end to get all the advice that you need to come out a success at the end of your youth service. So the first thing nobody ever tells you about the orientation camp is that if you have sensitive skin or acne prone skin, or you are a kind of person that is usually prone to contacting different diseases whenever you change environments, first of all, make sure you have a Dettol. Okay, Dettol is compulsory. You need to make sure you have some form of antiseptic liquid antibacterial liquid soap or something, just something to help you purify the water you bathe with on a daily basis, because it's a camp and there are so many different people from all around the country coming in from different backgrounds with different upbringing, different perspective on what hygiene is. You want to be extra careful, especially when using the public utilities like the toilets, the bathrooms, even the bed. I mean, because someone else has probably used the bed that you're sleeping on. So you want to make sure that you have maybe products or medications that help you specifically to stay more clean and more protected from contacting any disease. Secondly, if you have acne prone skin, just make sure that, especially if you're a lady, make sure you wear little to minimal makeup while in camp, because trust me, the camp activities, the activities happens almost quick. Like there's literally no break between each physical activity. Before you know, you're ending this one, you're going in to rest, and before you know, they're banging the bell for another activity. You won't have time to wash your face probably more than twice a day as you should, and because of that, you're going to have a lot of dirt and sweat settling into your skin, and it's going to clog your pores, and you're going to be having a lot of acne. So if I were you, I would try to wear little to no makeup at all, so that you can also give your skin a chance to breathe during the day, which is very important. So the second important things that nobody ever tells you about the orientation camp is that your rubber white canvas or tennis shoes or whatever they call it is actually your most essential footwear while in camp, and I'm going to tell you why. So when I first got to camp, I thought it was going to be about having a fancy, good quality leather white shoe and all your problems is solved. But when I got there, I discovered that it doesn't matter if you have a fancy white shoe, because you're going to be standing a lot, and the field itself where you're going to be doing all your drills and physical activities and parade and all of that is not tarred, so it's sandy, and especially during the rainy season, you might have a lot of stain on your shoes and you cannot wash it. And if you wash the shoe that very day, hoping it will dry the following day for you to be able to use it, it's not going to be possible. So if I were you, I would get that rubber white canvas thing before going, or maybe in the camp. They always sell it right there in the camp. And I would advise you to also size up if you're buying that rubber shoe, because like I said, you're going to be standing for hours. Okay, you're going to be standing for hours, and anybody that has gone to the camp would tell you that when you stand, you might be good at standing, but the shoe, because it's rubber, it will really bring a serious ache to your toes. So you want to size up on the shoe. That way you'll be able to stand for much longer hours and still be comfortable wearing the shoe around, because you're going to be wearing it a lot during the day, during your stay in camp. So you definitely don't want it to be exactly your size. Just buy one size above your regular shoe size. So the third thing I have for you guys that nobody ever tells you about the orientation camp is that make sure you get to camp early enough to get the best bed space. So I would advise you to try to avoid the bed space that are usually closest to the toilet area, because trust me, they are honestly usually the worst in terms of noise, the foul smell from the toilet, of course, and also it's also the worst in terms of being wet. Like the floor around that side is always being wet because of people constantly going in and out of the toilet with water and stuff. So the place is always wet and dirty and just totally uninspiring, unhygienic to stay in. So try to avoid that bed space. I would advise you try to stay maybe close to the exit of the room, especially if you have two doors. If you have two doors, maybe an entrance and the exit, try to stay close to the exit, because whenever they ring the bell for an activity, I promise you in the next 2 seconds you have the soldiers swarming into your hostel trying to chase you out for the activity. So like when you are staying towards the exit, you have an advantage of getting your things on time without being rushed out before they get to your bed space. So yeah. So the fourth thing I have for you guys is you honestly do not need to carry any mufti at all. All you need if in fact you're going to take mufti with you to the camp, all you need is just maybe a sweater or a jacket or maybe a blanket to just keep you warm during the cold nights, because the less luggage you carry, the better for you, especially when you're traveling to a far state from where you live. And even if you're not going to a far place, for the fact that you are visiting a state for the first time, you do not know the people, you do not know how they behave, the things that goes on in that particular local government community. You want to have less luggage. You don't want to like come off as someone that is completely new. I'm just saying, in my own opinion, for security reasons. So you want to carry only the necessary things so that your luggage is not much. I know ladies tend to carry more stuff, but I would advise to try to take only the important things, and trust me, you don't need mufti. So the fifth thing that I have for you guys is to try as much as possible to eat well and sleep early enough every day, as much as you possibly can, because a lot of us are going to be exposed to a routine that we're not quite used to, and we're going to be exposed to activities that we're not used to, and believe me, this is going to cause a lot of stress in your body. And the last thing that you want is to be really stressed, and because eating and drinking water and resting well and resting long enough is going to be a lifesaver for you, especially if you want to keep your health intact by the time you are coming out of the camp. Okay, so make sure you eat well, eat healthy, make sure you eat proteins, make sure you have protein in your meal every single day, because you're going to be exercising. It's going to be straining your muscles, so you need protein to be able to like groom those muscles and work on those muscles and basically help you develop your muscles and avoid muscle strain and body aches due to the exercises and physical activities that you're going to be doing. So the sixth tip that I have for you guys is, it's not about participating in as many activities as you can, but it's about participating in the right activity that you can. So I don't know how common this particular advice is, but when I was preparing to go to camp, I was being told to try to participate in activities, try to be out there, do this, do that, so that you can be noticed and stuff. Because you want to go to the orientation camp, and some of us, we have that intention to attract important officials, to get them to notice us, so that hopefully they can favor us, we could become friends with them, and they can favor us in working out a very good PPA for us. And it's not by participating in every activity, trust me, because at the camp, nobody is going to give you an award for being the most hardworking youth corper or the most activity-packed corper. So try to concentrate on the one that you can do, and make sure you go all into that particular activity, enough to stand out, and so that this important officials can notice you. You could be closer to them and be friends with them, and in turn they could easily want to work you out to a nice and good PPA without you having to pay your way out of it and making yourself look cheap and unserious and lazy as well. So you don't want to project that image. So the last but not the least tip that I have for you guys, which is the most important tip, and if you've stayed to this point of the video, you're very, very lucky, because this last tip is don't make friends. Yes, make networks. So I know that a lot of us, we go to the NYSC orientation camp for different purposes aside the main reason why we're supposed to go there. I know that a lot of us want to go there with the hope of making new friends and having fun, making memories and stuff like that. But what I've come to discover is that a lot of the youths that have served and passed, that at the end of their service program, they started regretting, they started, feeling bad because they did not achieve anything concrete. They didn't come out with any jobs, they didn't get any or good business, they didn't start up anything, they didn't invest their income into anything, they didn't invest their time into anything. A lot of them is simply because they got distracted in the way, or they were not focused enough. And I come to understand that this distraction, especially, it starts from the orientation camp. So this is why I say do not make friends. I'm not particularly saying that do not socialize with people and have fun. What I'm saying is try to connect with people, try to get to know people, like try to get to know the other corps members that are there personally, like try to understand their intention and maybe their plans, and try to see if this is someone that is actually very serious about life, and this is someone that is ambitious and optimistic and hardworking, and this is a kind of person that you want to exchange contacts with, not with people that just want to have fun and flex the NYSC program. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be going for parties, attending this, attending that, visiting friends on weekends, and you wake up on your very last day of service and you discover you did not achieve anything concrete. So that is why I'm saying that don't look for friends, but try to look for network. Keep your mind open, and of course socialize, because you cannot get to know people if you do not socialize. But the good thing about camp is that everyone is somewhat open to making new friends. That is why you cannot just go around and getting everybody's contacts, okay? So when you ask questions, people will tend to give you answer, as long as you don't come off as a creep. So ask questions to get to know the person, to get to understand their intentions, their plans, their goals for the service here. And from there you can see if this is somebody that you can connect with and network. If you have more tips, please feel free to share that in the comment section down below, so that whoever is coming here, preparing for camp, preparing to go to camp, or already in camp, can also learn from those tips and prepare themselves to take full advantage of their service here. Thank you guys for clicking on this video. Thank you for watching till the end. I will see you guys in my next video. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you love the content that you see, and of course if you want to see more of me, share this video with your friends, family, anyone that you feel it will be beneficial to. And do not forget to turn on my post notification icon so that you can get notified when I post my next video. Have a great week and have a great service year, and have a wonderful experience and memory in your orientation camp. Bye.